Before you start rolling it, kind of give it a little pizza effect. Roll the edges in and pinch those together, and then see how the part that was on the table is nice and smooth. And then you can even kind of put it between your thumb and forefinger, give it a little push from the bottom, and then set it on that bottom. And then make your hand in a C, push with the thumb, and roll back with the palm and fingers, mostly on the sides and the bottom. If you have trouble doing that, you can just take the edge of your palm and work it that way. The key is to try to get a smooth, tight ball that's lifted, not something kind of flat.
Because then it would come out flat.
It'll all kind of tend to want to blend together, and it still cooks up, still tastes good, but it doesn't have the appearance. See how these are nice,
beautiful,
lifted? That's because to start with, they were firmly rolled round doughs. And again, go ahead and make them equal in size before you start rolling. See how you got a big one back there in your right hand, little baby?
That was good.
Because if you have them like that, guaranteed someone's going to want the big one. There's going to be a big fight. So you got to make them all the same.
There's going to be a big fight.
I get the big one, which usually Dad gets the big one. So
who gets
there you go.
Dad.
Big dog.
Yeah.
There you go.
But it works good in our household. My wife likes the white, and I like the wheat. And there's 7 of these, so that's 1 a day for breakfast. You put them in a Ziploc bag in the refrigerator. Even after a week, you put them in the microwave for about 50-60 seconds, and they come out steamy and soft.
Wow. Yeah, it holds really well.
And if you want to go beyond that, Ziploc bag in the freezer you can keep for weeks. But I don't think you keep them for weeks.
Yeah.
We've had people buy them and come back an hour later because they already ate it.
Oh man, my daughter wanted. She's like, can you bring me some?
I'm just thinking we can,
you can take it on the
put them in
plane.
the freezer and then take them on the plane.
So what days are you out here?
Thursday.
Just
So
Thursday.
we can buy
Buy and put in the freezer? Yes, because that's what
Well, there was
Maggie
about
asked
10
for.
people
was
in there.
this.
It was a big Chicano family.
They were so happy.
Was that last week? Oh, that was. Yeah.
They're like, don't put it in the bag. Just we're gonna take it to the table, right like
I think
fresh out of the oven.
They kept coming back. The kids kept coming back for another bag. It was really fun.
Yeah, we got some good groups. We had like 120
really press in.
elementary students here
Oh.
And they were
a
making
few
them?
weeks ago.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gather it in.
They were like the preschoolers. We like would divide it into the 7 and then just give them one, and because they were
Okay.
kind of, they were doing like a circuit
There you
between
go, that was great.
the general store.
In the farm.
Yeah.
Well,
Okay, now this oven
some of my
is
bad ones I'll have to.
modern replica. It's about 10 years old.
What is?
The oven that we have here, it was actually built about 10 years ago. They researched collapsed ovens around here.
You want to try another one?
The main thing on doing the
you.
bread is to promote the information about the Portuguese and their contributions. They came here in the 1870s to do cattle and dairy. Most of them came from the Azores, volcanic islands, so they're used to lava rock. Not only did they build the rock walls to maintain the cattle, but they also built the ovens. Before the Portuguese came, the only real starch on this island was the taro and the sweet potato. Oahu and Maui were making bread, but on this island no one was really baking bread. The Hawaiians never made bread.
Right. Who made bread on Oahu?
More aggressive.
Different Europeans.
German or.
Yeah, I read in 1860 something there was actually a mill on Oahu that was milling and exporting barrels of flour. I haven't found whether or not they actually grew the grain on the island or not.
Really?
But it's hard for me to believe they would import the berry and then export the flour, so they must have grown it. Because they were growing rice here in the 1800s. But this would be like a communal oven, even a little bit larger. Several families would get together in the morning, they'd all bring the dough and bake. And since they had to cut the wood with an axe, once the oven's heated up, because you take all the wood out of the oven, it's just the stone that does the heat, the residual heat in the stone. After they did the bread, then they do chickens and roasts.
Okay.
Then after that, they do pies, and later in the day, crocks and preserves.
What did you say?
Crocks full of preserves.
Thank you.
Because you cook those at a lower temperature.
Absolutely.
The gals in our office sometimes come down with a roast with potatoes and carrots when we're done and put it in, and when you get off work, dinner's done. 2 days later, that'll still be over 100 degrees.
Really?
The walls are over a foot thick.
Is that what they use for those stone baked pizzas when you use this? You hear
Similar
about
idea.
Similar.
Yep, who's getting ready for that one.
Now, is this one brick lined that I see on the inside? It's got
Only on the
bricks?
floor.
There's
just so
fire
it's
brick.
smooth.
Uh-huh. Okay.
They probably use a whole lava. You're right. The smooth sheet lava that
Feel
you
free
see
to go wash up again if
in
you
the
want
old
to.
days, because I don't know if they had that many bricks around.
Right.
But the walls and everything are just the stone local here.
It's featured on the Hawaii channel
Mm-hmm.
in our hotel room. And it showed how when it was constructed, they used bricks.
Yeah.
And then they covered it over with lava.
I'll give it.
Well, this one, there's some pictures again on one of the flyers on the table there.
Okay.
And they built the pedestal all the way up to the opening of the door, just out of lava.
Oh, okay.
And then they mortared that surface and put the fire bricks so it was smooth, and then they built the dome.